As Leoni's entered the fray, a strategic twist unfolded, catching Guerillist off guard. Surprisingly, Leoni's targeted Leopardia, a key ally of Guerillist, without directly engaging Guerillist forces. This unexpected move aimed to alleviate pressure on Tajera. In response, Ruta swiftly provided Leopardia with advanced air defense systems, assuring them of Guerillist support and the impending victory. Concurrently, Ruta escalated heavy air strikes on Tajera, focusing on military installations and critical areas. The devastation wrought by Guerillist air attacks left Tajera in ruins, with casualties mounting and cries echoing throughout the nation. Faced with relentless assaults, Tajera resorted to launching missiles at Hungsi, the Guerillist capital, in a dramatic but futile response. Guerillist's sophisticated missile interception system thwarted all incoming missiles, but falling shrapnel caused collateral damage and injuries. Seizing the moment, Ruta took to television, delivering an impassioned address that revealed his grand ambitions. Declaring Guerillist's strength and resilience, Ruta vowed to conquer all nations, uniting the continent under a single banner. This radical speech marked the public unveiling of Ruta's ambitions, and despite pockets of dissent, the far-right nationalist spirit he had instilled in the majority remained unshaken. The echoes of Ruta's speech reverberated across the continent, sending shockwaves through neighboring nations and beyond. In Tajera, President Wiza watched with growing concern as Ruta laid bare his intentions for continental dominance. The realization that Guerillist's ambitions extended far beyond their borders sent a chill down Wiza's spine, knowing that Tajera was merely the first step in Ruta's quest for power. Despite the overwhelming odds stacked against them, Wiza refused to yield to despair. He knew that the fight for Tajera's sovereignty was far from over, and he was determined to rally his people against the looming threat of Guerillist aggression. With each passing day, the need for unity and resilience grew more pressing, as Tajera braced itself for the storm that threatened to engulf them. In the wake of Ruta's declaration, dissent simmered beneath the surface of Guerillist society. While the majority rallied behind their leader with fervent nationalism, there were those who questioned the morality and wisdom of Ruta's ambitions. Voices of dissent whispered in the shadows, wary of the path Ruta was leading them down. But despite the murmurs of discontent, Ruta's grip on power remained firm. His charisma and rhetoric had swayed the hearts and minds of the masses, instilling in them a sense of pride and purpose that transcended any doubts or reservations they may have harbored. As Guerillist forces continued their relentless assault on Tajera, President Wiza found himself grappling with the harsh reality of war. The once vibrant streets of Tajera's cities now lay silent and deserted, haunted by the specter of death and destruction. But amidst the chaos and despair, a flicker of hope remained alive in the hearts of Tajera's defenders, fueled by their unwavering determination to protect their homeland at all costs. Meanwhile, in Leopardia, the sudden onslaught from Leoni's caught the nation off guard, throwing its leaders into disarray. With their air defense systems overwhelmed and their military infrastructure in shambles, Leopardia struggled to fend off the relentless onslaught from their former ally. But even as Leopardia teetered on the brink of collapse, Ruta remained steadfast in his support, dispatching reinforcements and supplies to bolster their defenses. For Ruta, Leopardia was more than just an ally. It was a crucial linchpin in his grand strategy for continental dominance, and he would spare no expense in ensuring its survival. As the conflict raged on, the once stable balance of power in the region began to shift, as alliances were forged and broken amidst the chaos of war. In the corridors of power, diplomats and strategists scrambled to adapt to the rapidly changing landscape, as the fate of nations hung in the balance. But amidst the turmoil and uncertainty, one thing remained clear: the ambitions of Ruta and Guerillist could not be ignored. With each passing day, their influence grew stronger, casting a dark shadow over the continent and plunging it into a new era of uncertainty and conflict. As the world watched with bated breath, the ripples of Ruda's ambition spread far and wide, leaving in their wake a trail of destruction and despair. And in the heart of the storm, President Wiza and the people of Tajera stood firm, ready to confront the challenges that lay ahead with courage and determination. For they knew that the fight for freedom and justice was far from over, and that as long as they stood united, there was hope for a better tomorrow.